In a well put together anime, all characters can tell a story. Any story you can imagine, anime can tell it, and a deeper story can be realized when we look past the surface level. Isabella is an incredibly deep character, and I want to talk about how she impacts The Promised Neverland in several ways. Let's start at the beginning. We are introduced to this orphanage where Isabella is the caretaker of all of these kids there. She is their mom, teacher, nurse, essentially anything the kids need, she is it. When the kids discover the situation they are truly in, we see the gentle mother figure is simply an act that she is putting on. She is more like a farmer trying to develop her livestock as much as she can for these monsters who rule over her. Everything becomes a struggle for their lives, and these kids have to directly face and outmaneuver a near unbeatable obstacle. And that is escaping from these feeding grounds while trying to outmaneuver the mountain that is Isabella. Now, why is Isabella the greatest obstacle and not the monsters, I hear you ask, in your fits of rage? And the reason is because the kids aren't yet directly dealing with the monsters. Yes, the demons are huge obstacles to overcome in their own right, but it is not a problem that they yet face. Isabella is the threat that they see and have to immediately deal with. Without immediately realizing it, Emma and Norman made a huge mistake in leaving behind Little Bunny. In the discovery of finding Little Bunny, the same one she intentionally left at the house, Isabella is now aware that someone amongst the kids now know the secret. Imagine that you have a regular person versus a professional boxer. The average person has a chance of beating an unsuspecting boxer, but stands nearly no chance if that boxer knows they're coming. It is one thing to outmaneuver an unsuspecting guard, but when you have a guard that knows you are trying to escape, you face a greater challenge. The crushing reality is that these kids have to figure out a way to outmaneuver and outplay someone who is superior to them in every way. One aspect of Isabella that is clearly superior to all of the children is that she is very, very intelligent. She is clearly smarter than the smartest kids there, being Emma and especially Ray and Norman. Norman and Ray have the potential to be more intelligent than Isabella, but she has a tremendous advantage in simply being older than them, being 31, and all the smartest and eldest kids only being 11. She has had a lot more time to develop herself than these kids have while they're still in their adolescence. They even admitted that they've never beaten Isabella in a game of chess, and if you've ever played chess against someone who is really good at chess, then you know it's not easy to win. Let's not discount these kids though. Emma is intelligent enough to be considered exceptional, but Norman and Ray are both shown to be absolute geniuses. Even still, in a battle of wits and intelligence, they still have an advantage because they have 3 excellent minds, adding in at Dawn and Gilda later. With that though, they still don't have a chance against her, due to her experience with each and every kid. And the reason why they stand next to no chance against Isabella is because we really cannot forget that she has spent each and every day as the kid's mother, caretaker, and teacher. She has learned every kid inside and out, what they like, their strengths, habits, everything. She knows them. This is something that the kids cannot hope to overcome or match up to, because the kids only know Mama from the facade that she puts up, saying herself when she catches them at the wall.
10年一緒に暮らしたけれど、お芝居抜きでお話しするのはこれが初めてね。
Knowing one's habits is very important in a battle of intelligence, because if you know someone's habits, what they're going to do, what they're likely to do, you can cut off their options before they even have a chance to explore them. Isabella has much more than intelligence on her side. She also has physical strength and fighting skill over the children. When we go through Isabella and even the sisters' pasts, we see that they are not only filling their minds with more knowledge, but they're also training in physical combat. A lot of this has to do with her being older than the kids, but a large portion was that training. She proves this when Emma charges her. She tried to give Norman a chance to go up the wall, and Isabella does this to her. She made Emma a non-factor in a fight in no time at all. She could easily run through all of the kids and kill or incapacitate every single one of them, even if they all charged her at once. They stand no chance in a fight. But Isabella has one huge weakness that the kids unknowingly exploit. And it's not just her overconfidence, knowing that she has extreme advantages over the children. That plays a part in it, but it's not the full story. That gets into my last topic about her. She is, in fact, a tragic character, because when we see her backstory, she used to be a fun-loving, idealistic kid, just like Emma in a lot of ways. She lived her whole life on one of these farms, developing bonds with her friends, and eventually given one of two options: live and strive to be a mom, or die right there on the spot. Think about the choice you would make. You're a child, and everyone you ever knew has died, and demons stare you down awaiting your decision. Most people would choose to continue to struggle through the rigorous training that is to be a mom, and having a kill switch surgically implanted in you in case you try to leave the farm. To make things even worse for her, we end up seeing that the demons use moms in training as surrogate moms for their food. The baby that she had was no doubt going to be food, and she knew that her child would die at a young age. She was even given the task of raising up her own child. One of the saddest points in the show was when we see her backstory, and Ray, her child, hummed a song to himself. A song that we saw that one of Isabella's old friends sang to her. The song that she continued to hum over the years. When Ray looked at her and asked,
どうして俺を産んだの?
you can physically see that she was stunned, knowing that that was in fact her child sitting right in front of her, who hummed a song that only she knew now because the friend that made that song was killed. She was hit with the realization that her child was right in front of her and knew what kind of place he was in. The facade that she puts up breaks for a moment, and we get to see a vulnerable side of her. Her ultimate weakness is that she's human. She is a real mom. When she says that she loves each and every child on the farm, at first we can only interpret it as some twisted perversion that she has. But seeing her story, we see that she truly does love these kids. She simply thinks she is powerless in her situation and tries her best to keep her kids in line because she wants them to have good lives, to never know what they are until the end of their lives. She was put in a hopeless situation and eventually fell into a pit of hopelessness. At the end, when the kids escape, we see that she is sad, but not because they escaped, because those were her kids. She raised them, and they became stronger than she was when she was young. She saw Emma not give in to her situation and led every kid out of the farm. We see then that she is happy that they escaped, telling them that they must live on. That is why Isabella is not only the greatest obstacle the kids face, but that she is a human put into an impossible situation and is a very tragic character. And with all that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. And while you're down there hitting that like button because you loved this video, please hit the subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated. And right here should be a link to my past video on Run with the Wind, if I wouldn't stutter. If you guys have any ideas for my next video, or any videos that I should do in the future, please comment them down below. I'd love to see your guys' feedback. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.